husband, Lutz Mayer, by Jack Carr, who's here this evening, and he's also the lyricist for the words. Jack, would you stand for a moment? This is written for the St. Mary's Church Choir. It's a large cathedral in Cortland, and it was written in memory of someone who sang in the choir and passed away. I'm pleased to tell you that our next song is You Made Me Beautiful. Of course, the whole evening are compositions by my husband, Lutz Mayer. I also taught at SUNY Cortland for a while, and when I was hired, I was given an adjoining office with Lutz. So then we got married. Okay. or something like that. Anyway. This composition, You Made Me Beautiful, came from a bit of involvement with New York City. Many of Lutz's pieces have been heard in New York as well as in the central New York region and in other states of the Union. He had one of his compositions performed by the Dallas Symphony, and he gave me this script to read. I'm not going to follow it because he doesn't include all the juicy stuff. And he also won a number of composition contests as well. His lyricist for this was Edward Devaney, who worked in New York City in the RCA. Let me see, what was that? What was that, Lutz?
SRT Academy. Well, his main job, he was educational TV director of Station WNYE New York.
Yeah, okay. And Lutz and Ed had a long association, and unfortunately he passed away this August. But this is one of his songs. They actually had the same, let me see, what do I have here? Okay, they had the same agent as the Fantastics, which was a very long run in New York City. And that was a lot of fun for both of them. So now, what is this one from anyway? You Made Me Beautiful is from what?
Despite having the agent from the Fantastics promote it, yeah, this musical was never done. And so the best ballad in it we put on tonight because it's never been heard before.
Oh,
it's
great.
called You Made Me Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Well, without further ado.
So this is a world premiere, is that?
Except with a lot of New York auditioners.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I can't find the music. No. Help.
Separate pages.
Okay. This is embarrassing. All right. You're not taping this or anything, right?
No.
Okay. You made me fall like the first burst of spring, newborn and beautiful, and got on bird with wings. Though you can fly at last, the winter's gone away, and our it was performed at the 3rd Street Playhouse in Ithaca. And it's called Nothing Here Must Ever Change. It's based on the cherry orchard. And it's called Madame R. And Jack was also involved with that again as the director. And it has a huge cast. So it was a wonderful production, it really was. And Jack did a wonderful job conducting this performance. The lyricist for it is also another SUNY Cortland professor named Joel Shatsky, and he is now living in Brooklyn and writing Up a Storm down there as well. So that was the beginning of a nice collaboration with Lutz as well. And the title is Madame R. It's named for the protagonist in this, Madame Renevsky. You're in my line of work, you're drinking all the time. Water.
At first.
What will my music say?
Excuse me, is it clear, this is the Chekhov's cherry orchard, set
Okay.
to a musical?
Yeah. So this is Chekhov's Cherry Orchard set to music. And nothing here must ever change. I still think I'm a girl in this old nursery, when everything was clear and gray. For in this place time has stood still for me. No, nothing here must ever change. You haven't grown older as I look at you and see your faces once again. And I know you'll say that I haven't aged too, for nothing here must ever change. In the world outside of this orchard, people are cruel and unkind, but here I just feel so deliciously unreal. I can banish the world from my mind. In the ground among the schemes and deceptions that I fought with each tiresome day, weary me so that it's thrilling to know in this room I can wish them away. This orchard must stay just as it is today, while memories of it remain. And I know its magic brightens every room, so nothing here must ever change. I ask you to be as you are now with me. I'm sure I shall not ask in vain, and I know I shall fight with all of my might. So nothing here will ever change. For it seems I just lived through a nightmare where everyone acted so strange. But one thing I know, that I love this place for nothing here will ever is from a play with music on Sleeping Beauty. And another SUNY Cortland professor was doing a version of Sleeping Beauty for all of the grade school kids in Cortland. At that time, they had a huge theater. And so he asked Lutz to add some songs, and he asked Lutz not only to write the music, but to write the lyrics that went with it. So I think this is this one of the few compositions where you've done both? Yeah, okay. Well, how'd you like it? So this is Sleeping Beauty's song. So it's called Beauty's Song. Don't touch the cobwebs, don't sing and shout, don't ask for spindles and don't move about. I wonder what they're talking about. Why should I be afraid? Don't go exploring off on my own. Mustn't talk to strangers and mustn't be alone. Can they know what I'm dreaming about? The next selection is called the 23rd Psalm, and this is just to give you a little taste of Lutz's contemporary music, which he also composes in. He's composed for symphony, wind ensemble. He's done 2 one-act operas that were performed at City Portland also, and he's done a lot of chamber music. And he also wrote night sounds for solo clarinet for me. Now, not too many people know that I play the clarinet because I'm not doing that anymore. It's too much like work. This is more fun. But he composed this wonderful piece for me, and I remember my mother was listening to it, and she said, "Oh, I can hear the crickets." So this is the 23rd Psalm. And you know who wrote the words for that, right? Oh, guess what I found? We call it 10th. Show them your hand. Okay, good. That's enough. And so it's easier for him to play the piano because he has all this, at his command and everything. But I have My hands are similar to J.S. Fox, who had short, stubby fingers. But that didn't help me, actually, very much. Okay. I am not going to be the MC again. I don't look too well. Okay. The last composition is called Forever. And let's see, a friend of mine, we were going out to Seattle for our son's wedding. And she said, well, let's compose a song for you to sing for the wedding, right? And I thought, nope, he didn't. So when he was on the plane, long trip out to Seattle, he composed the words and the music to this song, Forever. And he wrote it for me to sing. These other things he wrote for other women. But this one he wrote for me. So we're tied to the hip forever now. We've been married 31 years. And we've lived in Preble all the time there, except for when I was down teaching in Baltimore, which was a very wonderful place to teach music at the Peabody Conservatory of Music. And it was a very nice place in terms of the talented colleagues that I worked with also. And I went down there on my own for a couple of years because Lutz wanted to teach a few more years to get his retirement up a little bit more. So he took early retirement so he could come down and live with me in Baltimore. And for that time, he had the cat in Preble, and I had no one. But now we're back together again, and we're very happy to have been here this evening with you and to sing and play the piano and to have these wonderful lyricist and composer here in your midst to live just down the road from you. Excuse me a moment. It is so dry in the winter. Somebody put vodka in here. Must have been from the cherry orchard. Forever, that's where we're going. reminds me of when Lutz was conducting the College Community Orchestra, which he did for 7 years at Cortland, since he had been the concertmaster for several years before that, and then he became the conductor for a while. And I remember I got another bouquet, several bouquets like this, when I performed the Mozart Clarinet Concerto with the orchestra.
You played the clarinet?
Now remember, it's our little secret. I don't want anybody ask me to play the clarinet, okay?
Thank you. Don't rush off. There may be a few goodies back there, or hang around and talk. This is a good night for you?
That's it.